All right, so it's Cadillac CTS. Andy Pilgrim is driving it, and what else do we? Well, a couple things. Front and rear tires, are they the same size?
Nope, they're not. We've got a smaller front and a bigger rear, just pretty much like on the street cars. You've got a lot of horsepower coming through wheel drive. You need a bigger tire to take care of it, Adam.
And I noticed, and we were talking about this right before we went on the air, you were standing on the air dam in front. Normally people yell at people that do that kind of stuff. I'm surprised that it takes that much. Is it integrated into the bottom of the car?
Yeah, it's very thick carbon fiber, as you can tell, but if you think about it, really, one, it's got to take a hit necessarily if it clips on curbs, but also it needs to take the air force. And when you're doing 160, 70 miles an hour, the actual air is pushing down there at 300-400 pounds. So it can take
how much pressure that does it add, and the big wing in the back, like how much downforce does it actually add?
You depends on the roof line and where the wing is, but you're looking at several hundred pounds of downforce. Yeah.
What do you get up to at the end of Shoreline in
close
a car like that?
In the 160s?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think we reached 170, but the Volvo might, or the Audi might, but we're not going to get there.
That is super fast.
The wheel might be of interest to you.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the wheel.
Look at that steering wheel. It's like M&Ms. If you like M&Ms, you probably like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe, explain to us what half this stuff does.
It's really, we don't use much of it. Obviously, that's radio, that's drink. Actually, the drink one used to be there, and I said, for God's sake, move it, because I keep choking myself. I was hitting drink when I went radio.
Sure.
The line lock is when we start. You actually have the standing starts, and we'll set up. We'll hold that down when we start, and then let it go, and it goes.
So it's sort of a launch control?
It is a launch control. We're allowed that. Diff cooler is obviously that. We've got TC, so if the track gets really nasty at the end, you can basically modify the TC. ABS, likewise. If it gets raining, you go to a different ABS position. Things like that.
So diff cooler.
Yeah.
So you got to like look at a gauge and go, the diff's getting a little warm?
Yeah, at some point, the diff cooler that became the driver cool suit, and then they put them different, but actually that one's been there. We don't use that anymore. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I wouldn't even hook up half this stuff.
No.
So
There's some options there that I liked. I think I wanted a street car.
Yeah.
I want the drink. Definitely I want the drink.
Yeah, the drink bottle is good. Yeah. It's all right.
I just assume it's water only.
I don't know how to get it back. You know what I do? Tell me if you think this is bad. Tell me if you think this is bad for.
Feel the weight of the door, boss.
Oh my God.
Feel the weight of that.
Is all the skin carbon fiber then?
Wow.
Well, basically, as you can tell, this doorway is virtually nothing.
Yeah.
This is actually, it's a carbon Kevlar honeycomb crash box.
Yeah,
I love that.
It used to be, in your cars, you've got the 3 or 4 hoops right there.
Nah, sometimes it's just the one thing.
What they found with fiberglass, once cars got carbon fiber, a lot of the cars would shred. The fiberglass would hurt the drivers. So you're like a cheese grater, not to be too graphic. But this thing actually is just as tough, and it's more like aircraft type material. And it absorbs and it compresses, and obviously that releases energy, that kind of thing.
It's smart though, because it's like you're taking your own impact or whatever soft wall or whatever they call it.
And putting it in the car.
You just bring it with you.
Exactly.
It kind of makes sense. You could pad the world, or you could buy yourself some knee pads.
I mean, you could put them in your cars. I mean, you could just something to think about. You could put them in your cars.
Listen, I think about it all the time, because when I go vintage racing, I go look at these other guys, and they have these big NASCAR type hoop things with the things, and I got all the door panels and the one bar that goes across, and I'm like, how come you got so much stuff there? And then Les jumps in, that's the way they did it. That's the way it was.
Yeah.
I mean, all those guys that are dead from back in the day, that's the way it was.
There's a reason why.
I like this thing, but obviously, this is not a Summit Racing item, and it's probably not a Chilton's
eBay.
An eBay item. You have to have this thing made?
Yes, you'd have to have one made, and if you're really interested, I'll be happy to give you phone numbers. The Pratt Miller guys, I'm sure, will be happy to work with you on that one. They're the ones that build the car. So.
I certainly.
You can see down there, boss. That's the regular unibody. That's the regular unibody. You can see basically they have to start with the unibody. This is your regular Cadillac pieces and then they skin the outside.
They just reskin the outside with the carbon fiber bits.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see under the hood at all, Adam?
Sure, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. We'll just lift the hood, right?
Yeah, we just pull it off, man. We just pull it off. If we just pull it up, and then she goes.
Look,
wow, is that thing set back?
Yeah, down and back.
Wow.
Back about 6 and down 3, which allowed us to get to a 50-50 weight distribution.
Yeah. Which now, I'm going to lay a little knowledge on you, Matt.
All right, do it.
This is a mid-engine car.
It is.
Because the engine is behind the front axle, right?
Not quite.
Ah, shit.
Not quite.
But
it would be if you said that, man. You were right. There's your Weezer.
Yeah, the real tiny
intake
right tube that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
So this thing's making almost 500 horsepower, and
through that,
no matter what you do to the engine, it's going to have to suck air through this.
Yeah, and that's a sonic restrictor, which is the shape. It's a sonic. It's not a plate restrictor like you have in NASCAR. The sonic restrictor, you can't beat it as long as there's no air leaks, and obviously they check for that.
Yeah.
That is the best way to restrict an engine. The restrictor plates, you can put them on different angles and cheat a little bit. Not that anyone would ever do that, but that thing you can't cheat.
There's no cheating in racing.
No, just massaging.
You know, it must be like 42 millimeters or something like that. I mean, to come up with the 1.7 or
8 inches,
whatever. It's probably some millimeter thing that we have to swap over for
They've got all these
Americans.
formulas, yeah.
So you have this huge intake
yeah.
that leads through this bong. And it's so funny because when you first look at it, you're used to seeing a supercharger on this car.
Right.
Yes.
And then you see this long,
you're used to
narrow...
seeing the engine up here as well.
Well, you're used to seeing it, but first I looked at it and I was like, where's the belt? Because it looks like there should be a pulley on that arm. So obviously tons of chassis stiffening and safety work done.
Yes.
But no adjustable camber plates. At least that I'm looking at.
Not like you would see, but yes, they can adjust the camber.
Right, but nobody took a Sawzall to the top here and put a piece of aluminum on there.
Nope, they wouldn't want us to do that. That would be against the rules.
And again, just a super competitive, super fast, and again, I don't know where you're going to find the variety. I mean, Mercedes, Volvo,
Porsche,
Cadillac, Porsche,
Corvette as well. Corvettes and Vipers as well.
Vipers,
as well.
Aston Martin.
Yeah, Aston Martin.
I mean, it's really a who's who of high-end.
Right.
Euro, Japanese, American, Swedish.
Even GTRs.
GTRs.
The CRP teams is running GTR.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, and it's crazy to see all the shapes and sizes competing at such it's such close proximity of each other.
Some car has an advantage here, another car has an advantage there, and that's the balancing act that I mean, the officials do have a tough time.
Right.
You know, we all complain, oh, we're slower, or the other guys complain. But the bottom line is, the organizer, the World Challenge guys do a great job of keeping
I think
balanced.
it's the most exciting race because these cars are so close to being the street cars.
Oh, yeah. They are. There's a lot of street car in here.
Yeah.
It's not all this, you know, just made for racing stuff.
So where can we go online one more time if people want to see this race?
It's world-challenge.com.
And then tomorrow, if you're hearing this on a Saturday, all the guys will be down headlining the Long Beach.
Yeah, as soon as you hear this, go to Long Beach.
Yeah, that's right. Start driving from Long Beach.
Now. You should be listening to this in the car on the way there.
And watch the real fun race. Well, watch the celebrity race, and then watch the second fun race that takes place on. And I guess you guys probably be going off 2, 3 in the afternoon?
No, after the IndyCar race. So I think it's around 4 o'clock, 4:30 time.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
And Andy, where do we get you if people want to...
AndyPilgrim.com is easy to find me. And
there you
also
go.
AndyPilgrimFoundation.com I also do a lot of work with education stuff.
As much as we love to fire this up, I didn't think we'd bring the jumper battery with us, so we can't fire it up.
No,
just so you know that we wanted to.
Right.
We couldn't do that today.
Next time.
Thank you so much for coming out, Andy.
Thank you.
Jeff,
Thank you,
who's
Adam.
not pictured
Thank you,
here
Matt.
as well. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Andy Pilgrim and Matt D'Andrea saying, I have too many Matts in my life, saying, everyone here is either named Matt or Mike. It's some kind of horrible curse. Saying, keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.